कहते हैं इश्क है तो रिस्क है, तो चलिए इसी रिस्क पे खड़े उतरने की कोशिश करते हैं और आज की टी कॉर्नर का आगाज करते हैं, पर कुछ मेरे अंदाज में। So good morning, सुप्रभात, नमस्ते, नमस्कारम, वड़कम, सत श्री अकाल, खम्मा घड़ी, भले पधारिया ये हो पावने. And others will surely understand my bhavnaएं. So welcome to the 98th knowledge sharing session of the Tea Corner. और आज का टॉपिक है the difference that makes the difference. And we are privileged to have the Pied Piper of NLP, the man who can talk NLP, walk NLP, think NLP, sleep NLP, eat NLP. और एक फोटो नक कहती, उनकी रगों में खून से ज्यादा NLP दौड़ता है. And he is none other than the maestro, Dr. Mahendrosh Randeria. His journey from being a CFO, a chartered accountant, to an evolving, credited life coach, amazing, inspiring. I hope he has carried the slide, क्योंकि अगर मैं इनके एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन, एक्कोलेज, रिकग्निशन, अवार्ड्स बोलने लगी 2 घंटे तो निकल गए. मेहरनोश से थैंक यू फॉर होस्टिंग मी फॉर दिस इवनिंग प्लीज. इतना ही रहेगा. और आप देख सकते हो he has conducted 1000+ workshops. He has trained and mentored 15,000+ individuals across 24 nationalities and associated with 100+ organizations in various sectors. ये इंडिया के एकमात्र W3 कोच है, वेलनेस, विजडम एंड वेल्थ. और पता है मैं आज क्या लेके आई हूँ? फेविकॉल. पीयूष पांडे क्या बोलते हैं? व्हाट वाज हिज टैगलाइन? फेविकॉल का जोड़ तो इनसे जुड़े रहना चाहिए कि नहीं? सो अ बॉटल ऑफ फेविकॉल वी कैन ट्राई टू बी जोड़ोफाइड विद मेहरनोश रांडेरिया. लर्न टू टीच. अमेजिंग. क्योंकि वो सीखते जितना है उतना बांटते भी है. और कभी कभी तो जाने दो यारों के सीन का याद आता है, थोड़ा खाओ थोड़ा बांटो, थोड़ा खाओ थोड़ा बांटो. एंड वन मोर थिंग, ही इज अ बॉलीवुड बफ. सेल्फ इश्क प्रोग्राम का नाम, इमोशनल कबड्डी. अब कौन ना ज्वाइन हो इनके साथ? एंड इन हिज पास्ट टाइम you should see the Bollywood blogs he writes. And he's dabbled into theatre also. He loves music, reading और movies. कभी चर्चा करो, ये NLP साइट पे हो जाएगा. So with a huge round of applause, let's welcome Mahendrosh Randeria.
What a power-packed intro! Thank you so much.
Yeah, before you start, you may need the Fevicol. Before you start, all our speakers are obviously talented. That's why they are here. But see the talent of our association also. Something different. This is what Surabhi Education Society schools have taught us. You'll see different every time. And so I request all of you to spread this message, join us in big numbers, and especially for the 100 Tea Corner. We acknowledge the presence of many dignitaries today. One of them is Dr. Pinky Bharadwaj, head of the Aditya Group of Colleges, Pankaj Bhai Ajmera, and all the others, Ashish Shah from Gujarati Cell, Kamlesh Bhai Tolia. So all of you welcome, Mr. Kapadia. Thank you. So join us in large numbers for the 100 Tea Corner as well. Thank you.
And before, one disclaimer. I know I use the word Pied Piper. No, normally हमने सुना है Pied Piper of Hamelin, जो vengeful था, जिसने हार्म किया. But we have always missed out the positive connotations of his. He was charismatic and had leadership quality, and that is what Meher is. So let's hear from Meher.
Thank you so much, Meera. That was amazing introduction.
Mike,
Really
Mike.
power-packed. Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we can keep a session on that. Yeah. Okay. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Is visible screen everyone? Last.
Yes.
So, firstly, thank you, Meenal, for that powerful, wonderful, dhamakedar introduction. Before I begin with the session, I want to ask you that what did you find interesting and kind of charming about Meenal's introduction? Apart from the fact that she spoke about me, I'm not talking about that. Energy, okay. What else?
Confidence.
Confidence.
Uniqueness.
The sound.
Uniqueness, sound, the pitch. Yes.
Expression.
Expression.
And it became, it was
Enthusiasm.
very, it was pretty
Everything.
coming from the heart.
Coming from the heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural. Yes.
Laughing.
Laughing. Yeah. Lot of energy, lot of laughter. Thank you so much, Meenal, for bringing that. And you may have seen other speakers as well, other introductions as well. You have come here several times, right? How different was this?
I think the best.
Very easy.
The
100
best.
I have seen the
Let's
first-
clap for that.
And this was the impromptu one I had not written, so I was very scared.
Yeah. In fact, 2 days back she asked me, would you prefer to do the formal introduction that you have shared, or can I do it my way? I said, go ahead, do it your way. And she replied, Jalso. So awesome. So why I'm talking about that? That here there was one presenter who spoke in a very charming, very charismatic way that you could connect not only with the speaker but even with what she was talking. The subject was me. Okay, of course, she made it so attractive that now you're looking forward to my session. But when you look at a speaker like that compared to any other speaker, you will know that there are some differences. Right? And you rightly pointed out what was the difference. Now I want you to think about any other speaker. Any other speaker, I would not say any other speaker, I would say take someone who would come close to her in terms of the speaking style, the presentation style. And as you have this other person in mind, now compare the differences in your mind. Are you getting what I'm saying? Compare the differences between what Meenal did and any other powerful speaker that will probably come second to her. And now, in your mind, notice what are the differences?
Informal.
Formal, informal, okay.
Energy level.
Energy level, yeah.
Eye to eye contact.
Eye to eye contact, wonderful.
Touch the heart.
Touch the heart, awesome.
And maybe not knowing the person that well as she possibly knew you.
She knows me, okay. Alright.
Connecting to the people.
Connecting to the people, interesting. Body language, yeah. Awesome. These are differences that you notice between unconventional as well, yeah. These are differences that we notice between two people. Okay, in terms of the performance, in terms of the success, when you call it. But that is the difference that we are going to talk about. What makes the difference between a person who does something really remarkably well versus someone who is not that, there is a difference between who's not there yet. What is that difference? Now you pointed out some things, right? Now this difference that we're talking about, what you all pointed out, there are still some things which are at surface level which you could see, which you could notice. A difference between two people's actions or results, outer level. The topic is the difference that makes the difference. जो बाहर दिखता है, that is this difference that we are seeing, which we are just discussing. But भीतर क्या है? Even if Meenal was to take a session on how to conduct a presentation or a speech, impromptu, unconventional, that way, she can do it, right? So you have the next speaker ready for, okay? And let's say she teaches a lot of people. She even teaches one-to-one. Will the transfer of knowledge happen seamlessly. She has nothing to hold back. If she teaches you this, will you be able to come here and get trained and conduct it this way? Yes or no?
Yes.
How many yes? How many no? And बाकी सोच रहे हैं difference क्या है between yes and no? Most likely you will say yeah, right? Most people said yes. Maybe you'll get trained, we can also do it. So that is a level of skill. Okay, but let me tell you one secret. Even if the biggest guru that you really look up to in your own field and you want to get trained, you want to get skilled, you want to get coached, कि मुझे भी आपके जैसा बनना है, क्या आप मुझे अपना चेला बना लोगे, अपना शिष्य बना लोगे? I will do whatever you say, I will do everything. Okay? So let's say you are very open to learn everything that your guru is ready to teach you. Your guru is also very kind, very open to teach and share everything that he or she knows. Still, the knowledge transfer, what could be the gap in that knowledge transfer?
Your capacity to receive it.
Your capacity to receive it. Okay? Okay, that is one thing. Let us say that you are open to receive. So you as a student, okay? You are learning from your mentor, from your coach, from your teacher. You are very open to receive. You are making every note. You are saying, I am going to shut down my current ways of thinking altogether. मैं पूरा समर्पित हो जाऊंगा आपकी सीखी हुई बातों में. I'll do everything that you say. Yet, what could be that gap?
Apply it in your context
Apply in your context, okay?
and practice.
And practice. Okay, let's say you are willing to apply in your context, you are willing to practice. Yes.
Inner thought while delivering the speech cannot be transferred.
Excellent, thank you. Inner thought while delivering the speech cannot be transferred. The teacher, when the teacher is teaching you, he is open to teach everything. He will teach you. Let's say the teacher tells you, I'm going to teach you my inner thought also. मैं कैसे सोचता हूँ सब बताता हूँ. Still, there will be some things which are at the level of the teacher's non-awareness. See, you can teach everything, only what you are aware of. Would you agree? Think of an area in which you are skilled and you can teach anything. It could be thanks to your experience, education, whatever you do so well. It could even be cooking, huh? It could even be writing. Anything, big or small. Just think of something. And let's say you are willing to teach that, share that completely with somebody who comes to you and says, I want to become like you. Still, when you are teaching, you will tell everything. But you will tell everything only to the extent of what you yourself are aware of. Would you agree?
Yes.
That is the difference that makes a difference. The things that you don't know, the things that you are also not aware of कि ये जो result आया, result came because of action. But वो action के पीछे inner thoughts, inner भावनाएं क्या थी? What Meena demonstrated here, for example, for 3 minutes. It is a culmination of all that Meena has seen, the way she has presented, the way she has seen powerful speakers presenting. वो सब आया है. The way she thinks about me, about her capability, about the audience's way of receiving it, everything. So खुद के बारे में क्या सोचते हो, जो जिसके बारे में बात करना है, उसके बारे में कितना knowledge है, and what are people going to think about me? How many of us have this thought that I can excel in my life, लेकिन लोग क्या सोचेंगे? Right? लोग क्या सोचेंगे, वो भी हम ही सोचेंगे, तो लोग क्या सोचेंगे? उनको सोचने दो. So point is that just an example of what all things can go on in our own mind. Let's say even in the teacher's mind, which were not there or which were present. वो level पे तो सिखा नहीं पाएगा. Now point is that when you are interacting with someone, how can you figure out this? Not only with someone else, even with your own self, when you are interacting with your own self, how can you figure out that? So in my intro, Meenal spoke about I eat NLP, breathe NLP, everything I do NLP. Okay, मैं रगों में NLP दौड़ता है. Yeah, that is, yes, I am a dedicated, devoted student to NLP. And I still use the word student, although I am certified as a master trainer. Because that field is so enormous, so large that I keep learning and keep upgrading all the time. So what we are going to talk is some things from the field of NLP. What are those differences that makes a difference? But I'm not here to teach you NLP. If I teach you NLP, it will become too jargonish. Bada words hai. Yeah, we have some NLP masters here as well. So Aarti has been one of the NLP practitioners, master practitioners from a batch. Of course, Meenal has been. But I'm not here to teach you NLP. NLP itself is a long drawn course. Point is कि आप क्या यहाँ से लेके जा सकते हो that you can start applying in your life. So NLP का full form क्या है? Neuro linguistic programming. Okay, हम उसको भी simplify कर देते हैं. Yes. उसको भी simplify. Okay, now let's play. Okay, let's make it playful, fun. Okay, neuro linguistic programming सुनने में इतना बड़ा वाला है. So let's make it simple. We'll start with one quick activity where I'll show you a picture. Okay, and I want each of you to participate. I'll show you a picture and I want you to think about how would you caption this picture. Caption, right? What thoughts come to your mind? It doesn't have to be, oh, just let it go. Okay, don't judge yourself, just let it go. Whatever thoughts come to your mind seeing the picture, please share. Loud. Anyway, yeah.
In the lap of Mother Nature.
In the lap of Mother Nature. Wonderful.
Let's travel. Let's travel.
Let's travel.
Soulful
Trekking.
journey.
Solo journey.
A seeker.
Soulful journey. Soulful journey.
A seeker.
A seeker.
The long walk.
A long walk.
Nature study.
Backpackers delight.
Backpacker's delight.
Nature study.
Nature study.
Close to nature.
Close to the nature.
Close to the nature.
Into the wild.
Into the wild. Yes.
Me time.
Me time. Okay.
Solitude.
Solitude. Excellent. Okay. Any other thoughts?
Explore.
Explore.
The road not taken.
The road not taken.
Fearless journey.
Fearless journey. Okay. Interesting. What else? What else? Think beyond what you're talking about. Any other thoughts? Anyone else?
Ready for the learn.
Ready to learn. Interesting. Yes. Looking forward to something.
Greenery.
Greenery. Okay. What else? What thoughts come to your mind as you look at this?
Meditative walk.
Meditative. Interesting.
Pre-prepared natural journey.
Pre-prepared natural journey. Yeah. Okay. There is a preparation and it's a natural journey. Yeah. Okay.
Breathing fresh. Breathing fresh.
Breathing fresh. Yeah.
Looks like a young girl, but from front could be a mature.
Solo walk.
Yeah. It could be a mature lady as well. Yeah. That doesn't mean young girls are not mature.
Something different. Solo walk.
Solo walk. Yes.
Life is too short to know yourself.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
A new beginning.
A new beginning. Interesting. Yes. Any other thoughts?
A
All of
backpack
it.
ad. A backpack ad.
A backpack ad. Okay. Interesting.
In my green zone. In my green zone.
In my green zone.
One of my bucket list.
One of my bucket lists. Yeah, you relate to that? Yes.
In the natural world.
Natural world. Right. Wow.
Where is she going? Where is she going?
Where is she going? Yeah. Yes.
Is she alone?
Is she alone? You want to join her? Interesting. Yeah. Fulfilling of dreams. Yeah.
Is she or he?
Is she or he? Today you don't know, right?
Very good one.
What are we assuming?
Out of the box.
Out of the box. Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Any other thoughts?
Palat.
Palat. Yeah.
Always find out new things.
Always find out new things. Awesome. Someone said something? Okay. All right. So, what is the right answer out of all of this?
Everything.
That is no right answer. Right? That is no right answer. Now, what I invite you to think is, you gave an answer, others also gave an answer. Okay, some answers you found really different, out of the box. When the others were giving an answer, what happened in your mind?
I could have thought that.
I could have thought that. Okay, good, thank you. What else?
Something else.
Something else, like?
Can I think beyond it?
Can I?
Think beyond.
Can I think beyond that? Okay, yeah, it was something else that I didn't think about it. Yeah,
Different perspectives.
a different perspective. Yeah,
Influence the thought process as well.
influence your thought process as well. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Inspired to think.
Inspired to think, right? So you thought someone is saying something so nice, so different. How come I didn't think about it? Oh, I could have also thought that. मुझे पहले क्यों नहीं सोचा? हाँ, ये तो सोचा ही नहीं कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है. Right? These are the thoughts which keep coming. Now, what we did right now is just a fun activity. But I want you to start thinking and relating this to the way you think in life. How often it happens that you have a certain point of view. You present your point of view. Somebody else presents another point of view. तभी क्या होता है? Ganesh. Rivalry. तभी दिमाग में क्या चलता है?
Clash of thoughts.
Clash of thoughts.
Either clash or new
Rejection
learning.
also.
Either clash or new learning. Yeah, new learning like the way it happened here. But most often what happens?
And I have a better view. And I have a better view.
Can I have a better view? Very good. So that is very rare for a few people to think, to accept. What I'm inviting you to think is that right now what we did is actually happening every day in life.
My way or highway.
Yeah, we think that way, right? But right now what we did is actually happening every day in life in terms of when you are presenting a point of view, somebody else in your family, in your workplace, somewhere else, some colleague or a father or son or somebody in the family presenting a different point of view. That time तो दिल पे लगती है. अरे मैंने बोला, how come that person thinking like that? How come you oppose my view? I am right. You are wrong. What I'm inviting you to think is that what if in that moment, what if in those moments, these thoughts start flowing instead? अरे वाह, मैंने ऐसा क्यों नहीं सोचा? Oh, I can build up on that. Out of box thinking. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. How come it doesn't happen in those situations? Any thoughts?
Because that time you have your super ego.
Yeah, your ego is there. Fear is there. Fear of not being wrong. Fear of being judged. Right? Everybody here, when this happened, everybody you felt had a wonderful, different perspective. All I'm inviting is in real life also when someone presents it. How about looking at it as just another perspective? And perspective is neither right nor wrong. No one is right, no one is wrong. It's just another way of looking at it. What do you think? Doable है ऐसा सोच लाना?
Yes, yes.
This is the starting point. And any ideas what has this got to do with the difference that makes a difference?
In the process, you unlearn, learn,
Yeah.
relearn.
Yes.
Accepting other points of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Openness of the mind.
Yes.
Calmness in our mind.
Calmness, openness. Yeah.
Jainism is built on 4 pillars, and one of the pillar is Anekatvad. Means everyone is right in his own perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
And that brings tremendous peace in your life.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right? Wonderful. So that is the thing. Fortunately or unfortunately, all these scriptures all have been saying the same thing. But this Gyan remains in the scriptures unless we bring it out and integrate it in our life. This is one of the core ways of thinking in NLP. How can we become open to different perspectives? The difference that makes a difference between someone who does something differently, even if you want to adopt it, is the way that at that thinking level, right? So you said the inner thoughts cannot be transferred. But these are some of the inner thoughts which keep happening in the mind. What could they be? And how can you at every time be curious to look at that inner thought? Or wonder, कि क्या हो सकता है? कैसे हो सकता है? Okay, the issues with the Alright, so the basic premise to understand your mind, to understand your own mind, to understand other people's mind, is to understand what mind is. If I were to explain in a simple definition, what is mind? Thought. Okay. Thought process. Would you agree that our life is shaped on our experiences? Right? The way we answered this, somewhere we related to experience. Right? Whether it was a solo trip or a preparedness that someone saw, or a bucket list that someone saw, depending on our own version, our own experience of what we have been through. There is a deeper nuance to this. We say that our life is based on our experiences. But the actual fact is, our life is based on our perception of our experiences. Because experiences काफी लोगों के सेम भी होते हैं. How come they are shaped out differently? And simple example I'll give you before I tell you what mind is, without going into anatomy and biology of the mind. We're not getting there. But mind क्या है? I'll give you through an example. Understand that. There were two boys, twins, born in the same family. Of course, right? Same parents. Same. They lived together. They grew up together. Grandparents, family environment, everything same. Same school, same teacher, same friends, same class, all together. Same college, same journey. As a teenager, one boy became an alcohol addict. And another boy became a teetotaler. Not only as a teenager, even as they grew up. Okay, even in their adulthood, one guy continued to remain teetotaler, kabhi daru chua bhi nahi. Okay, another guy, he could not resist drinking alcohol. He became an addict. दोनों twins एक ही family में ऐसा different कैसे? So someone asked, okay, वो drunkard से पूछा, drunk person से कि like, what happened to you? How come you are like this? You know the ill effects of having alcohol. How come you are having alcohol so much? His answer was, what to do? My father was an alcoholic. Okay. दूसरा twin से पूछा, how come you have never touched alcohol today? What was his answer?
My father.
What to do? My father was an alcoholic. So experience is same. What we perceive about the experience. So अगर mind का definition देखना है, तो simple one line definition, your mind is a meaning making machine. And every moment we are making meaning. Slide बंद हो गया, क्या हो गया? Laptop में problem था या project में problem था? Meaning making शुरू. Yeah? Late आया, speaker late आया होगा कि technical issue था? क्या हो? Point is, every moment we are anyway making meaning. We cannot stop ourselves from making meaning. Can you say meaning making shut down कर दो?
It is possible.
How? Tell me how.
Okay, it might take half an hour to 45 minutes if I discuss, because I am also a trainer and I am a
Awesome.
certified Theta healer and
Wow.
Theta healing
Then of
instructor.
course, yeah.
I am a
Then I-
certified clinical hypnotherapist also.
Then
So, will you like anybody like to go to in detail? So I might go into Sankhya and definitely go into Yoga Sadhana.
we'll keep it as a separate session.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah, what
it
I'm
is-
coming to, very
yes,
good.
you can
It
100% you
is
can do it.
100% possible through proven techniques like this. Would you agree? कर सकते हैं, definitely.
Yes.
तो या तो सब लोग ये सीखो, definitely it is doable. In a day-to-day basis, how can you get that level? Can you shut off meaning making? In a day-to-day level, let's say you are in the traffic, you are in a presentation, you are talking to someone. Can you shut off meaning making? Okay, of course, the techniques will help you. But day-to-day आम दौरान की जिंदगी में not possible. So don't even try to do that unless you have experience of doing that. Yes. Okay. So it's not about shutting down meaning making. अगर shut down meaning making को shut down कर दिया तो दुनिया का क्या करेंगे? So it's not about shutting off the meaning making. It's about becoming aware of our meaning making. The difference that makes a difference is about being aware कि ये मेरे साथ हो रहा है. मेरा default meaning making क्या है? Default meaning making. Would you agree there is a default meaning making that runs within us?
Yes.
Again, based on our perception of our experiences. इसने ये किया, इसका मतलब ये. ये टाइम पे नहीं आया, मतलब आलसियत में. ये काम खत्म नहीं किया, मतलब कुछ तो कहीं पार्टी कर रहा होगा आप. ऑटोमेटिक जो भी आता है, can we just become aware कि what are my default meaning making that automatically get triggered? And once that happens, then the next step is, okay, what alternate meaning makings are possible? Like right now what happened? Yeah, everyone made a certain meaning making of it. जो पिक्चर था सबने वही देखा, लेकिन सबका मीनिंग मेकिंग अलग था. So can we pause and look at that difference? So if we talk about successful people, I would like you to next. I'd like you to think about next. Right. Think of a person who is successful. And what is success?
Yeah.
You define it. Because everybody के लिए success will be different. Yeah.
Success is not about materialistic life. It's about adding value and touching others' lives.
Wonderful. Right? So each one will have a different way of looking at success. So it could be that for someone it could be material success. For someone it could be doing what I love doing the most. For someone it could be adding value to somebody else. But what I want you to think about right now is think about a person whom you know is successful in his or her life. Just think, whoever comes to your mind. Everyone will have different references. As you think about this person, what are some things that make the person successful?
Dedication.
Dedication,
Discipline.
Focus.
discipline, focus,
Consistency.
consistency, okay?
Hard
Come on
work.
everyone.
Hard work,
Hard work, okay?
IQ level,
IQ level, okay?
Passion.
Passion,
Being persistent.
perseverance,
Be persistent.
being persistent,
Resilience.
resilience,
pursuing worthwhile goals.
pursuing worthwhile goals, practice. You see, a lot of these answers are what are at surface level and also what are at deeper level. Yeah, you were saying something? So, broadly, if we put it in different ways, what separates high performers are actually their invisible patterns of thinking. Result तो outer level पे है. Result कैसे किया वो action भी outer level पे दिखता है. But internally, what are the key things that are making the difference? See, we can go next.
Passion. Passion.
Passion. Yeah. So, yeah. Go ahead. Next. No. Go to the Yeah. So there are 4 key things that you will find. One is they are highly aware. What do you mean by aware? Awareness. Listening,
Sight,
sight,
seeing,
seeing,
accepting the new things.
accepting what is happening. Yeah, yeah.
Usually people, they think about the past or the future. Nobody's in the present.
In the present moment. Exactly.
Good listener.
Good listener. Yeah.
Quick learner.
Quick learner. So basically they are highly aware through their senses. Their awareness to their senses is sharp. Whether you say because of their IQ or whatever, they are all again tangible parameters, but what is happening in the moment is they are present in the moment. They take decisions based on what is happening. Of course, they will utilize their judgment and knowledge and experience everything, but they will see, they will calibrate each situation differently, and they will see ये situation में क्या हो रहा है, क्या चाहिए और मुझे क्या करना है. So why is the senses word important over here?
Listening, hearing, seeing.
The 5 senses. Right? So what are we seeing? What are we hearing? What are we feeling? Taste and smell is also sense. These are the 5 senses. How can we come into our senses? Means these 5 senses. By blocking off the nonsense which keeps going on in our head. So coming into present moment is about knowing कि यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. So they're very actively seeing, hearing, listening, what is happening. Okay. Second is clarity of the outcome. When you said focus, dedication, passion, it's about what do they want to achieve. See, how many of you here want to be more happy? More happy. Everyone, right? So can we say that you are very clear about your outcome? No. Can you tell me why no?
Unless you think I am happy, how will you know?
No, that is a different strategy.
Because happiness is attached to how people will behave. अगर ये बदल गया, अगर वो हो गया,
सबके लिए अलग है, सबके लिए ऐसा नहीं होता है. For someone it could be I feel happy, I will do what I love. Even that could be happiness. Then why did I say it is not clear about outcome? Because just saying I will be more happy is not clear. What will make you more happy?
What will you?
For someone it could be earning 10 lakh rupees every month. Even that can be okay, I'll be more happy then. For someone it could be spending more time with my son and my daughter. That will give me happiness. So what I'm trying to say here is that what is driving you, for the successful people, they know what their outcomes are. If a company ko grow karna hai, I want to grow my business, for example. Okay, what does that growth mean? 2 times, 3 times, 10 times, what is the number? Or I want to spend more time with family. How much more time? 2 hours a week could also be more time. Or 2 hours every day could also be more time. But for those who are successful in whatever they are doing, they have absolute clarity about what would that end outcome look like. Would you agree? Think about people who have achieved whatever they have achieved. All the manifestation and law of attraction techniques will work based on this. Or knowing, feeling happy about whatever is currently, all those things are right, but that will happen only when you know okay, exactly kya chahiye. What is that end goal? That clarity. Next one. Flexibility. What does flexibility mean? Adaptability, agility. Openness to other ways of thinking. Like the way you were flexible in accepting each other's captions on that picture. So although it says flexibility of behavior, the root of that is flexibility of thinking. And that also comes from the awareness, okay, what would have been my default meaning making. Flexibility of thinking is also about realizing that what other meaning making could be there. How often we are not even open to To contemplate कि there could be another meaning में. ना यही है ना. I have my experience, my knowledge, my education, everything. How can I go wrong? That is one way of thinking. Another similar kind of thinking is, I know this person so well. वो ऐसा ही है. How can I go wrong? I know him now. वो कुत्ते की पूंछ टेढ़ी रहेगी, वो सीधा नहीं होने वाला है. मतलब आप खुद जजमेंट बना रहे हैं या तो खुद के बारे में या किसी और के बारे में या सिचुएशन के बारे में या मार्केट के बारे में या बिजनेस के बारे में, इकोनॉमी के बारे में, पॉलिटिशियंस के बारे में. All these are your default thinking patterns. Flexibility is over knowing. और क्या हो सकता है? Okay, before I go to the next one, if you look at these three, and if you take an example of something in day-to-day life, you don't even have to take an example of where you have been successful or where you have not been successful or where somebody else is successful. Day-to-day life में अगर आपको कहीं जगह से किसी और जगह पे जाना है, point A to destination B, and you don't know the route, what will you do? Google Map. Okay, Google Map सबसे पहले क्या पूछेगा आपको? कहाँ जाना है? Clarity about outcome. Destination नहीं डालोगे तो क्या दिखाएगा? वो कुछ नहीं दिखा सकेगा. We'll just tell you इधर उधर कुछ तो घूमेगा. Clarity of outcome. Once you put the destination, what is the second thing it will ask you?
Your location.
Location. Where are you now? Awareness of the senses. मैं कहाँ हूँ? You'll put that. Once you put these two, what is the next thing Google will do? It will give options.
Show you the routes.
It will show you the route. Would you agree?
Yes.
It will show you the longest route also. It will show you shortest route also. It will show you car से, two-wheeler से, public transport से,
Walking.
and very interestingly,
Walking.
पैदल. यहाँ से आप दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट का रूट डालो, वो पैदल भी दिखाएगा. जा सकते हैं. Now, just taking this example, this is a metaphor for these three principles. अगर हम लाइफ में the moment we do anything, we are thinking of achieving anything, can we ask exactly क्या चाहिए, अभी क्या हो रहा है, and various options क्या है? That is flexibility, and it gives you flexibility to select. आप walking वाला भी choose कर सकते हो. Talking about this, tell me, why does Google show the walking without getting into technology aspect of Google? What is the learning from there?
Yes, they are very close to you.
Then you can walk, but even for far off, even it will say 20 days up, चल के पहुंच जाओ.
They show you
If
the
you get
comparison.
stuck,
If you go with by walking, it will take this much time.
हाँ. So okay, compare. Okay, what is?
It must have been fed in the computer,
Huh.
the software itself, because Google cannot analyze the short and long distance.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, you were saying something?
I was saying, if you get stuck, then you can choose another mode.
You have this
carry
little-
on your journey.
Yeah.
It's all about choosing.
Yeah. But it's all about choosing. So you have the choice of choosing the long route as well. Yeah.
Actually, question was how to reach.
हाँ. How to reach? इसका आंसर दे दिया.
So different route, yes.
Now the learning I want you to take away from this simple Google metaphor is Google does not define your potential. Does not limit your option based on your potential. Google नहीं सोचेगा ये सुपर ह्यूमन नहीं है, ये बाहर पे चल के नहीं जा सकते. What if you are a track runner, Ironman, and you're okay to walk the full day from Borivali to Churchgate? Google कौन होता है डिसाइड करने वाला आपका कैपेबिलिटी क्या है? Simple learning from this is when we are generating options, we already asked ourselves what are the options available to me. दिमाग में क्या आता है? Limitations. ये ऐसा ही होता है. मेरा कैपेसिटी इतना ही है, दुनिया यही सोचेगी. What if all these limitations were not there? At least in the mind. I'm not saying that you start walking or start doing things which you have not done, but what if those limitations, those assumptions, those restrictions were not there in the mind? Let's come up with the option. हाँ, दूसरा रास्ता भी है. Right? If I want to achieve growth in business, like we were discussing about reaching peak order to the youth, what other options are there? How about looking at whatever is working for us is not the only reference point. Other things would even be there. So Google does not decide what your capability is while generating options. Same way in life, when you are generating options, keep that capability, notions, meaning making of that aside, and then see, acha, kya aa raha hai? Sometimes you will just build up more. Right? Any idea what is the fourth pillar for fourth secret of successful people?
Do what it takes.
Action.
Do what it takes.
Do what it takes. What are we? It's going to happen. We are talking about the inner thought.
What action?
Decision.
Decision, which will come from here. So all those are at the surface, I mean at the visible level.
What action should we take?
What action? Visible level. Which will come from here.
Result.
Result is this. So when you have these three inner thought patterns, action, decision will happen.
Most important thing is communication and wider aspect of the goal. Google does not show which are the hindrances on the way.
Yes, yes. Very true. It doesn't say it shows roadblocks. आएगा, traffic jam आएगा, वो सब आता है. How do we think about that? The journey is not solo.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Successful people, if you see, they may have achieved solo successes, maybe, or even group successes, but all the while they are in rapport with others. What do you mean by rapport? Relationship,
Coordination.
communication, reaching out to more people, coordination, networking, meeting the right people. And if we take a goal, let's say let's take a money goal. Okay, you want to grow more business, you want to achieve a good career for the youngsters here, and you want to, even for the, sorry, you are all youngsters better, but whatever you want to achieve, right? And if we say that I want to achieve this, it is not just a solo journey. That goal may be something that only you have to do probably. But at all times you are working with people. There is a support system. You notice how successful people create their support system. That enables them, does not hinder them. So like you mentioned about the hindrances. But the successful people will do whatever it takes to create the support system around them. The support system could be family, could be team, could be public, could be customers, could be vendors, whoever in the journey, the whole ecosystem. So they grow together. So basically, go back. So this is, these four pillars which are there, would you agree they are the key inner invisible thinking patterns of the successful people? They are also the four key pillars of NLP. And the simplest way to understand NLP is that NLP is the study of the difference that makes a difference. What are some ways in which you can integrate these four pillars in your life? Any thoughts?
Don't follow the crowd.
Don't follow the crowd, yeah. That is the most tempting thing to do. Tried and tested, we call it. Yeah.
Don't become a football of others' opinion.
Interesting. Don't become football of others' opinion. Yeah.
What others will think, क्या कोई सोचे?
हाँ, लोग क्या
You
सोचेंगे?
have that clarity.
Yeah. The best way to think about this answer is, where in your life are you wanting to do something better? Even incrementally, even marginally. Where in your life you want to do something better than what is there right now? And which of these four pillars is the one that you are using well, and which of these 4 pillars is the one that you are not using that well? Go back to the 4 pillars.
Generally, if you adapt all the 4 pillars, that is the way to success is what I see.
Exactly.
Because the person which you ask to idealize,
Yeah.
my person has all the 4 qualities.
All the 4. Great. Thanks for sharing.
The clarity of thought should be the first of all.
Yeah.
Flexibility of behavior is the most important.
All 4 are equally important. But the answer is which is more important will depend on your context. Somewhere in, let's say, in your context of relationships, there could be one other one, different one. Let's say context of career, another one could be there, right? So all 4 work hand in hand. All 4 are important. Point is to come back to that pause and come back to the awareness which one I want to actually develop and which one will help me the most right now, which I am not working on. How can we bring in that mindset? So basically NLP का जो jargonish definition है neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro is mind, linguistic is words, and programming is the behavior. It is about how our thoughts and our words shape our outcomes, our actions, our behavior, and our results. But if I had the opportunity to call this field any differently, I would not call it neuro-linguistic programming. I would call it neuro-linguistic reprogramming. Because programming has already happened. Ho chuka hai. We are already programmed with our default patterns. Point is, what do we do about the study of the difference that makes the difference? We learn what has been the default and we work on changing, reprogram ourselves. So it's also known as the art and science of success. Next one. These are the 2 founders of NLP. Way back in 1975, today we are in the 50th year of NLP. They came together.
He is the Bhishma Pita of this NLP of the world.
Yes. John Williams.
Richard Bandler.
Richard Bandler.
I had attended one of the sessions in US. And believe me, the moment he announced the session, within 1 hour, across US it goes.
Yes.
There are many things I can do. I've attended, like, he is the Bhishma Pita of this world. Even Tony Robbins, Anthony Robbins learned from him.
Yeah.
And Richard Bandler is his friend, and they both have written 3 books. Out of that, 1 book is told, I mean, at Pan India it's not available. I tried my best with all the publications in India. Direct
Which one are you looking for? Which one are you specifically?
How the this textbook.
Structure of Magic was the first one.
No, not the structure of
Origins of NLP.
Yeah.
Origins of NLP.
Yeah, this textbook is there.
I have the soft copy version.
You got a soft copy. I would love to have it. Because that book is not available. Then I contacted him, and I'm going for this probably when he's I think in Feb he is putting on another session. So I'm just going to US to attend the session.
So both of them came together in 75, and you mentioned about Tony Robbins. How many of you know Anthony Robbins? They have learned from him. He uses NLP without calling it NLP.
Yeah.
And that is the backstory of it, but it's a lot of things. So they got together, and why is NLP? What makes NLP set apart from the others? If you look at any field of psychology, when it talks about how the mind works, it puts together a theory and then it is implemented. What NLPers did was, they found out what is working and they made that part of theory so that it can be available to everyone to make it work. That is why it's called as the study of the difference that makes the difference. Those invisible thought patterns, how does it happen? When we say those 4 pillars which I showed you, that's only the broader gist of what is there in NLP. But in each one, what techniques, how do you get there? How do you get to that awareness? How do you get to that clarity of the goal and everything? How do you create rapport? How do you get the flexibility of thinking? All those are studied based on people who have created that difference and made the difference. So if we look at simple things like, there were, would you like to understand a bit about the history?
Yes.
So Richard Bandler, he was a computer programming student in the University of California. Okay, young student, way back in 1975. He was given a task by some psychotherapists in the same university, that there was a old psychotherapist called Fritz Perls, who had passed away already. And these teachers told this young student of computer कि ये लोग इनका Fritz Perls का सारे audio tapes हैं of his sessions that he has conducted. Okay? The task given to Richard at that time was listen to all the audio tapes and transcribe them. Make notes. Because they wanted to create a repository of all the success stories of Fritz Perls. Now, there सारे audio books or audio tapes थे, and those days those that big cassettes kind of things, tapes. So Richard Bandler, as a very obedient student, he sat down at his table, he was listening, and that time all these AI tools were definitely not there. Speech to text, abhi to fatafat ho jata hai convert. But he used to listen to everything, he used to write down, pause, rewind, play, write. And ye karne mein, what started happening was that just by doing this, just by being immersed into this, Richard Bandler started talking, behaving, acting like Fritz Perls. So he started visiting the psychotherapist section of the university, met people, and started bringing out the results that Fritz Perls was bringing. And this shocked everyone. कि ये क्या magic हो रहा है? How come a computer student who knows nothing about psychotherapy is able to bring about the same results that a world-class, renowned psychotherapist was doing? What was even more surprising was that Fritz Perls had taught a lot of students himself, and those people were not yet graduated to that category where they were able to bring results like him. तो ये बंदा क्या कर रहा है? जादू है इसमें? You remember Munna Bhai? Gandhigiri? This was real life example of Gandhigiri. So then everyone wondered what is happening. Then to cut a long story short, Richard Bandler came across John Grinder. John Grinder in those days was a professor of linguistics. So he looked at what are the notes, what is happening, exactly kya kar raha hai, and he saw that there is something in the language patterns which Richard Bandler has unconsciously picked up from the unconscious invisible patterns of Fritz Perls. Which means अगर ये unconsciously pick up कर सकता है तो हम उसको document करके consciously भी pick up करा सकते हैं. So Richard Bandler, John Grinder put this together, and this was only the starting. They created a set of language patterns which can help you to create insights into other people, even in yourself. And since it appeared like magic, but there was a structure behind it, they documented in a book called Structure of Magic, which is also available on Amazon, Volume 1, Volume 2, it is there. So that is a short background about this, how it came about. But they didn't stop over here. Then they looked at more successful people. They looked at another person called Dr. Milton Erickson. They noticed his language patterns. They looked at other people as well. Initially, what appeared to be something related to psychology, then found its way in other areas as well. Very soon, they were approached by US military. Military वालों ने पूछा कि, can you help us? He said, tell us what is the problem. The military guy says that, in our selection criteria test, we have one test which is the pistol shooting test. In the pistol shooting test, the pass out ratio, the pass out percentage is only 27%. Means out of 100 people who give the test, 27 people only pass out. Can your NLP do something about it? So now, my question to you, think about it. What do you think they would have done? Richard Bandler and John Grinder had access to the 27% people who passed out in first attempt. And they also had access to the 73% people who failed and kept failing. Which one do you think they studied?
The 70%.
That is what we would normally do, right? Why it is not working? That question was not why it is not working. The question was how did it work? So they studied the outliers. That is why it is the study of the difference that makes the difference. ये 27% लोग ऐसा क्या अलग कर रहे थे जो वो पास हो गए और ये लोग नहीं हो पाए? They studied them and they documented their success strategies in the training manual of US military. The next batch that came in, can you guess what the percentage would have been now from 27% to what? 48? Double?
Reverse.
90%.
Reverse 72?
90%.
90? 100%. 100%. Now point to think here is that so far were the US training not that effective, not that efficient? No, they were also being conducted by trained US marshals only. So all that was there in the training manual so far was what? The visible patterns, results, actions. What these people studied was invisible patterns, the difference that made the difference, the belief patterns. What are they thinking about themselves? What are they thinking about the goal? I'll give you a simple example from my life. Next. So this is my profile which Meenal was talking about, right? So I am basically a chartered accountant. And then found my passion in the field of NLP, teaching, coaching, and last 11 years I am into this field after spending 18 years in the corporate world. But what I'm trying to highlight here is that when I was a CA, when I was doing my CA, studying, a lot of people said, CA में कहाँ फंस गए? ऐसा तो कोई निकलता ही नहीं. Right? It's like you keep giving multiple attempts, only 98% people fail in CA. And the way I chose to do the meaning making of that was 2% people pass in CA. So somehow, although I didn't know NLP that time, but somehow, in my mind, there was no option of failing. And to be honest, I would not put it as a success strategy that I had, that I'm going to do whatever it takes. वो तो होता ही, वो तो मैं कर ही रहा था. Studying hours, timetable सब बना के मैं study कर रहा था. But I didn't have that focus, conscious level पे, कि मुझे CA पास ही करना है, fail नहीं होना है. क्योंकि failing का option ही नहीं था मेरे पास. दिमाग में at that age also. So it was like, ना 2% होगा ना पास. Let me not give a thought कि 98% fail. And I cleared CA. So point I'm making is the invisible thought patterns and how we can become aware of that. Some things, like some of you, like the way I was using this even before getting any understanding of NLP. I'm sure a lot of you here are already using a lot of this in your life. In fact, right now when I'm saying, you may even be said, some of you may think, इसमें नया क्या है? ये तो है ना, ऐसे होता है. Even when you thought about the successful people, this is what they do. Point is, इसमें नया कुछ नहीं. तो नया क्या है? Implement करें. Knowledge हर जगह है. YouTube पे मिलेगा, Google पे मिलेगा, ChatGPT पे मिल जाएगा. Point is, how do you implement it? How do you figure out? How do you become aware of this thing in your life so that you can imbibe it? And that is where you make the success your way of working. Let's do one quick experiment. Everyone sit up straight. Just think about your day today. How is the day going to be? It's already 12 o'clock now. How is the upcoming day for you? Think about something that's going to happen today that you want to happen. Okay, आज का evening क्या होगा? And as you think about this, you can close your eyes and think how the day is going to be today. As you think about this today, right now, Don't look at that pink elephant over there. Think about the day. Focus on the day. Okay? Think about the day. Alright? Continue thinking about the day. Don't look at the pink elephant. Okay? Focus on the day. Also, as you focus on the day, please don't look at the yellow monkey sitting on the pink elephant. Only focus on the day. Alright? Come back. How many of you all saw a pink elephant? I told you not to see it. I told you not to see it. Specifically बोला था मत देखो.
अगर आपने ही बोला था.
क्या बोला? मैंने तो ना बोला था.
But you said तो पहले करना है.
हाँ?
हाँ बोला तो पहले.
हाँ वो क्यों होता है? वो क्यों होता है?
मना करेंगे वो सबसे पहले.
जो मना करेंगे वो सबसे पहले आता है.
करना होता है.
क्यों?
क्या है ऐसा?
It is said that the mind does not process no. Yes. That is not true. The mind processes no, but to process the no, it has to process the yes. Yes. हाँ. आपको पिंक एलिफेंट नहीं देखने के लिए पहले पिंक एलिफेंट लाना पड़ेगा, उसको कैंसिल करना पड़ेगा, इरेज करना पड़ेगा, जा हट यहाँ से, और पहले आएगा ही. Simple principle of the mind. You cannot not think of something without thinking about it. You cannot not think of something without thinking about it. So think about in your life, what are the things that you don't want? And you come up with a long list. And I've seen this in relationship as a very common example. आपको किस तरह का पार्टनर चाहिए? कोई भी चलेगा, तो स्मोकिंग नहीं करना चाहिए, दारू नहीं पीना चाहिए, पेरेंट्स को अब्यूज नहीं करना चाहिए, ये नहीं करना चाहिए, वो नहीं करना चाहिए, लंबा लिस्ट रहेगा. क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए, बाकी कुछ भी चलेगा. The point is that when you are then looking for a partner, what kind of thoughts come in your mind? ये कैंसर, ये कैंसर, ये कैंसर. तो माइंड में कौन आएगा, सामने कौन प्रकट होगा? वही जो नहीं चाहिए. This appears in partner, this appears in job, career. Think about people who are stuck in the same kind of job that they don't want and they are grumbling and cribbing. How come I get the same kind of boss who I don't want ever? Because they are very clear about what they don't want. Question is, are they clear about what they want?
The more you resist, the more it persists.
Yeah, what you resist will persist. The reason is because your mind is processing so that it cannot process. It has to process, right? So, how can you use this difference that makes a difference? When you know this, you can use it for gaining insights into yourself and others. When I got into NLP, I'll give you a simple backstory about how I came across this field. I was doing my MBA from General Bajaj, and one of the professors there, marketing ka lecture tha, one of the marketing professors came, and he was sharing with us what happens in the field of advertising. Okay? He said that in advertisements there are subliminal messages that are put in that give embedded commands to the conscious mind, to the subconscious mind. Bottom line was that advertisements are made in a way that can influence your and my minds to go and buy the product. Kaise? I got very curious, how is it possible? Then he said 3 words, neuro-linguistic programming. And I got curious about it. I बोला इसमें research करके देखता हूँ. Because at that time I was in the corporate world as a finance head, and what got me was not about getting into marketing and influencing consumers, but for me what was important was influencing team members, influencing cross-functional people. तो अगर ऐसा कुछ है जिससे लोगों का influence हो सकता है, I can use it to my benefit in the leadership journey. So I got introduced to NLP, got excited and curious to learn about NLP with that selfish intent of influencing other people. But once I got exposed to it, the real aha moments, the real breakthroughs was when it came to influencing myself. मेरा क्या thought processes है, मेरा default thinking क्या है, what is working, what is not working, जब वो पता चला, the entire game changed. So gaining over self and your mind and others' minds too. There is an entire way of influencing people. There is a module on influencing using Milton model and other language patterns in NLP. How to achieve big results, like we saw clarity of outcome. That was just the tip of the iceberg. But that clarity, how to set your goals in a way that you can achieve them. There is a simple principle. A lot of you may have heard about goal setting, SMART goals and all. The principle is that goal setting is done by the conscious mind, but goal getting is done by the subconscious mind. And most often we are not even aware of what are those elephants and monkeys that we are saying that ye nahi chahiye. We are focused on our goal, we think we are doing whatever we are doing, but दिमाग में वही ये नहीं होना चाहिए, ये आएगा, ये करना है, लेकिन वो नहीं होना चाहिए. How do you change that? How do you align your actions and most importantly the fuel behind the action, which is your emotion? How do you align that to achieve big results? Next, shaping your reality. Your words create your world. On my YouTube channel you will find a video I had done of a speech I had given at the Global NLP Summit on this topic. Your words create your world. The linguistic part is the part of not only the communication that you do with others, but even the communication with your own self. And building relationship, building trust with people, because it's not a solo journey. So all this is where the difference can help you. So we can skip this is a bit too technical. So your mind is creating your reality. Right? A lot of understanding about what meaning making you are doing, how same thing that is seen by a person is understood, interpreted differently, is all what is there in this. But before I go further ahead, I have a question for all of you and I would like everyone to participate in this. What is that one thing that you can start doing differently right away, based on whatever you have understood so far?
State of right.
Okay. How will that help? Thank you for sharing that. How would that help?
Just awareness which like maybe I have an issue with my lower back, so maybe that's one of the reasons why being aware that I change my posture.
Yeah.
Letting me do.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. And let's do that as an activity right now. Okay, I want all of you to sit down with a slouched back. Do that. Please do. Okay, sit with a slouched back, looking down, chin tucked. Notice how you feel. Karo, stay there. Stay there. Okay, notice the feeling as you are sitting like this. Notice the emotion as you are sitting like this. Keep a very grim look on your face. Eyes looking down, grim look, shoulders hunched, back hunched. And as you are doing this, try to think about a very happy moment without changing your posture. Just don't change your posture. Try to think of a very happy moment. Okay, come back. How difficult or how easy was it? Not easy, right? We want to achieve massive, successful goals in life. The question is, what is your body language then? What is your physiology with which you go for interviews, you go for meetings? Not just the visible things that you have learned. You sit in the reception शान से और जब सामने पूछा तभी crunching. You don't even realize it, right? So how you are sitting, your physiology, it matters. Now let's do one more activity. Sit up straight. Have a broad smile on your face. Back straight, relaxed posture. Feet on the ground firmly. Take a deep, confident breath. And with that same posture and smiling face, try to think of a very negative, sad moment. Don't change your face. Don't change your posture. होता है? नहीं होता. Point is, when fear, anxiety, negative emotions come in your mind, your body automatically shrinks. Response. One quick hack to fix that is, in that moment, expand your body. Take a deep breath, sit the way you are sitting right now, and it will change. It will at least mellow down that fear. I'm not saying it will suddenly vanish, but you will realize that you have more power than that fear. And bring this awareness into every day-to-day situation, like Sridhar rightly mentioned. Become aware about your posture. Your physiology affects your psychology, and your psychology affects your physiology. Mind and body are interrelated. So, thank you for sharing that. I'll come back to my original question. What are some things that you will start doing immediately based on what you have learned so far?
Changing my perception for people.
Yeah. Suddenly हो जाएगा change? So tell me micro action.
Awareness. Starting to think from their point of view.
Suddenly हो जाएगा?
नहीं होगा.
Accept. First accept.
Acceptance.
And thank you. I'm asking you this because some of you think अभी कल से तो मैं पूरा change हो जाऊँ. परिवर्तन आ जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला. Because our default patterns will kick in. Letting go. Default patterns का awareness is important.
Start accepting things as they are.
Start accepting things as they are. Become aware of your meaning making.
Determination to be ready for the next.
Yes, be ready for the next. Have clarity about your outcome.
Become aware of what I speak.
Become aware of what I speak.
The words.
Words, exactly, words. What words are you using? Yeah.
Set multiple alarms in the day for a minute exercise. Become aware of what I am thinking, what I am feeling, and how I am being as a posture.
Yes. Very powerful strategy. Okay. Maybe even twice a day का भी एक alarm set कर दिया. Okay. But just to bring back in the present moment. Thoughts कहाँ भाग रहे हैं? क्या assume कर रहा हूँ? Come back. People do it multiple times also. Every hour they have some kind of beat that comes up that brings them in the present moment. Great. What else? Simple micro actions चाहिए. बड़ा मत करो.
Drink more water.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes, sir.
Start understanding people and stop judging people.
Yeah. Thank you. और वो immediately नहीं आएगा. So prior step is become aware of your default judging. मेरा default क्या कहता है? ये काम छोड़ फिर से आ गया. उसको देख के ही क्या thoughts आते हैं? Yeah, or this person doesn't like me only. That is jealous of me. Thoughts क्या आते हैं? Become aware so that you can open up के और क्या सोच हो सकती है. Yes. Any other thoughts?
Awakening the sleeping senses.
Awaken the sleeping senses. In what way?
All these things are inside us.
Yeah.
But we are not consciously aware of this.
Yes. Yes.
The best thing is to be in the present tense.
Present. Be in the present moment.
Your conscious mind, by default, works on the pattern of what is stored in the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So once your subconscious mind takes your word, definitely, I can go into it, but I'm just going to main points. Otherwise, we mostly go into multi.
Yeah. We should have more discussions together.
Yeah, we will definitely
Yeah.
be there because maybe one or two
Yeah.
hours will be less also.
Sure.
Basically, now, motamoti there were the being in present tense, or rather there are three tenses that like past, present, future. But the fourth tense I would say is being the present perfect tense. So once you are aware of your thoughts, you know what your subconscious mind is telling, what your why subconscious is going haywire.
Yeah.
It brings back into conscious state.
Yes.
In turn, you come to your conscious mind, and that's how you work.
Exactly. Thank you. Be aware of your words, be aware of the verbs that you are using, the words that you are using, all of that. Okay, there is a different entire section we can take only on that, on how your words create your world. Yeah, any other thoughts?
Tolerate or neglect. Either you tolerate or neglect.
Tolerate or neglect. Very nice. That is an interesting saying. Okay. When there is a conflict basically. आदमी इम्पोर्टेंट है तो बात को जाने दो और बात इम्पोर्टेंट है तो आदमी को जाने दो.
Be ready to lose the person.
Your outcome will decide. There is no fixed rule. Your outcome will decide what is more important for you. Yes. Okay, so your belief matters eventually. Okay, how much time more we have? 15 minutes? Okay. Any other thoughts, any other sharing? What will you do? Micro action? Yeah.
Write down your goals.
Yes.
Follow the SMART process and break down into micro goals.
Awesome.
And you need to adhere it and implement it.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
God bless.
Thank you for sharing. Yes, any other thoughts? Hmm? Okay, next. Okay, go ahead. Take this faster. So, beliefs create expectations, actions, results. We've already understood. Okay, a lot of things are about the words that we use, what we say, how we think. So, a lot of NLP is about communication. So, what does communication mean? Next. Generally, we think it's about communication with other people. What do you agree? Right? But core is with yourself. Okay. So, if I were to ask you, okay, go ahead. Generally, people think that what I was going to ask you is that how much of communication happens with self and others. Generally, people think that most of the communication is with other people. But more than 85% communication happens with self. What do we mean by this communication with self that happens with your own self? Thinking. Self-talk.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness. In that moment, how are you perceiving a certain situation? Your perception of a certain situation is nothing but your communication with yourself.
Observing things.
Judging ourselves, judging others, observing.
Naming ourselves.
Naming and blaming and labeling, all that is part of communication with self. Let's say you are given a very important task to do. Okay, let's say some society work is there and you say, no, I am busy. Okay, the task, you are busy. Kabhi time milega hi nahi. Point is that in a particular situation, what are we labeling ourselves as? I am a procrastinator. I don't know why I don't complete things on time only. These things we don't go out and tell others. But these are things which constantly go on in our mind. A project comes up, nahi yaar, what will people think? These are all examples of communication with self. Even when you are communicating with somebody else, you are communicating with that person. You think you are communicating with that person, but you are communicating with that perception of that person in your mind. Okay? Let's say आपका कोई स्कूल फ्रेंड था जो अभी नया नया आपकी कंपनी में बॉस बन के आ गया, आपका बॉस बन गया. one scenario. Another scenario, a very well-known industry expert from a competition firm who you really were following, वो आपका बॉस बन के आया. दोनों बॉस ही है. Dynamics कैसे change होगा? Based on your communication with yourself about the perception that you are having about the other person. Same thing, think about it in your family. With your children, with your grandchildren, or with your parents. What is driving that communication? Your past meaning making or your updated meaning making, which is coming from a stack of things which are there. Right? So, become aware about your internal communication. Internal communication has got to do with the success mindset. Now, there are 4 simple principles I'll share with you to get the success mindset. The 4 pillars of success were there we saw. But 4 simple principles of getting to success mindset is, in every situation, what do you believe about that situation and about your role in that situation? If we were to take two people and we ask one person, let's say both of them didn't do as well. Both of them were your batchmates from school. Okay? And they are not doing as well as you are doing or other batchmates of yours are doing. And आप दोनों को पूछते हो कि भाई, how come things didn't work out for you? What happened? Okay? And one person says, क्या करूँ सब, people are just against me. I thought I would do many big things, but you know how this nepotism works and how people favoritism works. I was not given chance to get promoted. Nobody listened to me. Wherever I invested, the person just betrayed me. ये कौन सा mindset लगता है आपको? Champion या victim? Another example. Same situation, same है. Person didn't do well. अभी उसकी language सुनो. Yeah, I know I make some wrong decisions in life. Okay, I trusted people without doing a background check. I didn't realize what capabilities I could have developed when I was in my job to get the right kind of promotion. Today I regret, but if I had a chance to do it again, I would do things differently, and I'm working on that now. Taking ownership. And a very important aspect to understand taking ownership, it's not about taking blame, it's not about guilt, it's not about blaming yourself. It's about taking ownership, taking responsibility. Okay, things did go wrong, but I could have done differently, and I realized that where I went wrong. Because either I can keep blaming market, economy, people are all bad, or I can say, okay, what am I doing? And again, in this one as well, think about the successful person that each of you thought of. Where would that person fall into? And it's all about the mindset. The example I took was of a failure. Person who didn't achieve much success. So that is the result. We are talking about mindset, not the result. Getting it? Same example if I take of people who are successful. One person may say, okay, yeah, I did the right things, I made the right choice, I had the right kind of team with me, I put them together. So they take responsibility even of their success. Counter example of that is, someone is very successful, you ask them what happened, how did you do it? He said, Bhagwan ki mehrabani. That is one thing. I'll tell you more about it. Okay, सब भगवान की मेहरबानी, मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, बॉस ने प्रमोट कर दिया, मैंने तो कुछ नहीं किया, बस आप लोगों का प्यार और दुआ है. Now you may say this is nice, no, the person is so modest, so humble. अच्छी बात है, अगर वो communication with others में ये use कर रहा है तो तब तक अच्छी बात है, तब तक अच्छी बात है. Communication with self में भी यही use कर रहा है कि मैंने कुछ नहीं किया है, तो जैसे कुछ नहीं किया वैसे कुछ नहीं करने से सब जाएगा. Point is recognize, appreciate, acknowledge and be grateful about your own self also. Yeah, gratitude to God, gratitude to universe, to people, all that is of course much needed. But in all of that, don't miss out your own gratitude. That was a very important crux of the course that Meenal mentioned, self-ishq. We often miss out on the self-love, the self-appreciation. Not giving due worth that is needed to ourselves. But champions know that they have performed. And at the same time, they acknowledge the others as well. So if we put this, next. The success mindset is where are you putting your responsibility? And the NLP term for it is called as cause mode or effect mode. Cause mode basically is the champion mode and effect mode is basically the victim mode. And simple example, ये करने के लिए you don't have to wait for somebody to ask you कि आपका secret क्या है. Think about it in day-to-day life. You are supposed to reach on time for a meeting, you will end up late. Example there. What reasons do you attribute to that late coming? Traffic था. Is that cause mode or effect mode, champion mode या victim mode? Victim. तो क्या करना चाहिए? ट्रैफिक से निकल के भागना चाहिए, आना चाहिए? So what should be the language of the champion? Now look at the example I'll tell you here. The victim mode will say, sorry I'm late because there was too much traffic. Champion mode will say, sorry I'm late because I underestimated the traffic. Do you see the difference that makes a difference? It's not about being polite and सामने वाला को क्या सुनाई देता है उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, खुद को क्या सुनाई देता है वो सोचो.
Accepted the difference and changed my mindset.
Exactly.
So the next time I start a little earlier to lead myself on.
Absolutely. Because when you say I'm late because of traffic, your mind says traffic तो है, था, रहेगा. Past, present, future tense सब आ गया. And very often when the mind explains that, it takes into a fourth tense, permanent tense. हमेशा ऐसा ही होगा. Trust me.
That becomes a pattern.
That becomes a pattern. But when you say, sorry I'm late because I underestimated the traffic, the mind perceives it differently. What am I going to do differently next time? Next time I'll start early. Plan better. Right? So that is the first key difference. Next one. Orientation of the mind. Next. You can either think about the problem or you can think about the solution or the outcome. And I'll give you a very simple tool in day-to-day language that we use. The word why. Why पूछना जरूरी है, right? Yes or no? You should ask why. There are books written on this. Start with why. Ask why when it comes to your bigger goals. Why is this important to you? So that you get aligned, motivated, understand the purpose. But when it comes to questioning behavior, think about it in your life, even as a child. When were you asked, why did you do this? जब आपने कुछ बहुत अच्छा किया था तभी या कुछ गड़बड़ किया था? गड़बड़ हो गया तभी, right? So childhood से our mind is conditioned कि why is asked when you did something wrong, which means the response to the mind response of the mind to the question why is what? Emotional, defensive, justifying, which leads to the area without the mind knowing, getting into excuses and reasons of permanent tense that why it was there, it is there, it will be there. आप किसी को पूछो काम क्यों नहीं हुआ, रीजंस मिलेंगे. आप खुद को पूछो जिम का मेंबरशिप लेके भी ज्वाइन क्यों नहीं किया, रीजंस मिलेंगे. और वो रीजंस माइंड बोलेगा ये तो है और रहेगा. So how do we flip that to, that is the problem approach. How do you flip that to outcome? How? How can you come on time next time? काम क्यों नहीं हुआ की जगह अभी ये काम कैसे होगा? Instead of asking why did you not do that, how can you do this?
Positive questions.
Positivity.
Yeah. The positive part is simple in that linguistic part of flipping from why to how. Because when the brain answers the question how, is it ignoring the problem?
It's nearing to the solution.
It is utilizing the problem to work out the solution. So ऐसा नहीं है कि by asking how we are ignoring the problem, root cause को ignore कर दिया, ऐसा नहीं है. Brain is smart. It will use the problem, but this time it will bring up the solution. Not make it a permanent tense के problem तो रहने वाला है, उसका मुझे justification देना है. But if problem है, तो how do I overcome that? That is it. So think about it in your life. What are those simple situations, day-to-day situation की बात कर रहा हूँ, where by default you question why? Why did this not happen? Why did that happen? Why did you make this mistake? It could be as a parent, it could be as a boss, it could be as a spouse, dangerous territory. Right? वहाँ पे why पूछोगे तो why का जवाब दूसरे why से मिलेगा. Okay? So, how builds on to solutions. Next. Setback. Life में setback होता है. Successful people take setback as a feedback. Ordinary people take setback as a failure. मेरा ही दिमाग खराब था जो ये लाइफ में घुस गया. This is not my cup of tea. I can't do this. I am not made for it, or whatever reasons. Okay, I am a total failure. मुझसे इतना भी नहीं होता. And they take setback as a personal failure. Identity level पे ले. Now what is feedback? Best example. Thomas Alva Edison. What is he famous for? Buzz. Right? It is said that he had 10,000 attempts till he successfully made a light bulb. We've heard this very often. But if you think about it, think about the persistence that went behind 10,000 times trying something, failing, trying again. In one of the interviews he was asked that this is really kind of crazy persistence. How could you go on for, in spite of failing so many times? And he said, I didn't fail. What did he say?
I learned something.
I learned 9,999 different ways of how not to make a light bulb. And now relate this to your life, where a chota sa incident makes you fail. Take it as a personal failure. Again, personal sharing. When I was in the 8th standard, I was given a mic and told to speak on stage. My teachers trusted my capability because I was academically very good. But I had a speech problem. I used to stammer, stutter, all through my younger days. मैं स्टेज पे गया तो I started fumbling. I became tongue-tied. कुछ नहीं बोला मैं. And in the audience there were like hundreds of my batchmates from 8th standard, 9th standard, 7th standard, and everybody laughed. And I took it as a personal failure. I made one decision in life कि कभी भी मैं स्टेज पे नहीं बोलूँगा. Public speaking is not meant for me. And today you know where. But that was my personal failure. I took it as a failure till then that is where NLP started helping me. By then, okay, I realized, hey, what did I learn from this?
You shifted from why to how.
Yeah, yes. तभी लगता है ना मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों होता है? This problem mindset. Outcome mindset is how do you make it happen? But that again requires this shift as well. So my question to you is that where in your life have you taken a setback as a personal failure and given up? मेरे बस की बात नहीं है, या लोग तो मुझे अच्छा नहीं बोलेंगे, ये नहीं होता है, वो नहीं होता है. And just think, you don't need to share, but just think. And if at that stage, instead of taking it as a failure, if you had taken it as a learning feedback, and if you would have bounced back, how would your life been different? And even today, if there is even a remote hope to bounce back, you might consider. Next. Success mindset looks at more and more choices, possibilities. Ordinary mindset looks at limitations, compulsions. ये ऐसा ही होता है, should be done this way. All the shoulds and the musts, they appear very often to be very empowering. But what happens is, they are not really empowering. They are demotivating because you think कि यही एक रास्ता है. Whereas if you open your mind to think other ways, there might be more options. Sometimes when we think that we don't have a choice, we are making a choice of not having a choice. Because the default pattern, the default assumption is no other choice than what I have already tried, tested, ye hu. But how can I look at it as what else is possible? Expanding the thinking. Sometimes we are so close to the situation that we are closed out to other options. But again, starts with awareness. Default pattern kya trigger hota hai, and then like the Google map also giving you the option of walking from Mumbai to Delhi. If I didn't consider my current potential as a limitation, what other options are there? Think about that. And talking about flexibility, everything is flexible as long as you are flexible. Okay, by the way, these quotes are from my book, Thoughtfully Yours. Books are there at the back. And these books, in this book, there is like a page of a quote, like these. And there is a page for you to fill up and journal your thoughts around it. Even some doodling space for you to figure out what else you want to do. Just let your mind be free at each thought. And I've also recently launched my calendar, which is a 365-day calendar, which doesn't depend on the year. The unique part of the calendar is year can change, calendar doesn't need to change. Keep flipping it. So both of these are available. I'll tell you more about that. Okay, that's okay. I think we can just okay, so just to last part of the conclusion, mind your language. Next. And NLP is often known as the language of the mind. So when you learn the language of the mind, you learn to mind your language. Okay. So I think that's it. This is what I already said, that goal setting is done by the conscious mind, getting is done by subconscious. Okay, we have time for an activity or we can close? Can we do an activity? Okay. We'll take one activity. Okay, look here on the screen. Press the next button. What do you see?
Anger.
Everyone, please participate. What do you see?
Blaming others.
Blaming.
Shouting.
Shouting. Frustration.
Seeking attention.
Seeking attention.
Pointing.
Blaming. Any other thoughts?
It's basically a reaction to the action of the other person here.
Okay. Interesting. I'm always right. Okay. Reaction. Sir.
Karate breaking brick.
Karate breaking brick. Awesome. Okay. All right. Yeah. With a finger. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Showing authority
Showing authority.
by raising voice on it.
Okay. All right. Raising the voice. Okay. All right.
It's a winning approach. I have done it.
Winning approach. I've done it. Okay.
बोल दिया तो बोल दिया.
बोल दिया तो बोल दिया. Okay. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Read the question. What do you see? I'm asking again.
Finger.
A man.
Finger.
A man with black jacket and white t-shirt.
Black man with black jacket, white finger, a white t-shirt, pointing a finger.
Shouting.
White glistening teeth. This is what you see.
हमने किससे
देखो अभी आपको पूछा how will you apply और क्या हुआ? Sensory awareness कहाँ गया? Awareness of the senses. पढ़ो क्या लिखा है? This was not a caption contest like earlier. What do you see? And you saw anger. You even heard the voice. You saw the karate chop.
meaning making machine.
Meaning making machine. Become aware of the meanings that we make in our life.
Passion. Passion.
You see passion. Understand what meaning are we doing? Now, who is right, who is wrong? He could even be doing a karate chop. He could even be doing saying that I did it. We don't know what is right. But be aware what assumption we make. And making assumption does not mean that our assumption is necessarily wrong. It could even be the right assumption. Awareness is just that, it is an assumption. And this requires a distinction, a gap to process the distinction between observation and interpretation. Awareness of the senses का ये simple सा example है. कहाँ पे in our life when we see something we immediately jump to conclusion. देखो कोई ऐसा मुंह बनाया है तो look at the face she is making, she doesn't like me. Next, my stomach hurts. चलिए को पता भी नहीं उसका face क्या है. Real life micro action जो बात कर रहा हूँ वो ये है. Coming to goals and obstacles and all वो बात की बात है. छोटे छोटे पॉइंट पे डे टू डे लाइफ में how can you apply whatever we've done today? Think about it this way. Shutting off meaning making is not easy. It will automatically trigger it unless you have done the practices that Sir is talking about. But become aware of the default meaning making so that you can be open for more meaning making. One principle, my favorite principle in my life. Don't be furious when you can be curious. And if you want to be furious by choice rather than by trigger. Okay, so that's it, just a few announcements for the game. So I have some gift for you. We conduct the NLP programs online, live, on Saturdays and Sundays. The next batch is starting from 3rd of Jan. So you are invited. You can scan this code. I'll just share it with Sridhar so he can share it with you all. And you can register for this. It happens on Saturdays and Sundays morning 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So 3rd Jan, 4th Jan, keep yourself available. It's actually part of a 5-weekend program, but the first weekend is free for you to join in. So that's why I would invite you. Baki, you can explore the way the program goes. Okay, and I know you are all early risers because you are here on a Sunday morning. The good part about this is you don't even have to travel anywhere. From wherever you are, comfort of your home, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday, a very good way to start the new year. Would you agree?
Yes.
Thank you. Next gift for you. So this is a calendar which on my website is available for 1180 including GST. The offer is for $9.99 all inclusive for you. The calendars are there at the back. Next. And my book is there which is available on Amazon for $3.99. This is available for you at $1.99. Next. Together if you want, special package would be $11.98. Next. That's it. Next. Next. Yeah. So this is where you can purchase the calendar and you can have it. It's all there at the back. So that's it from my side. Any questions? We are open for. Thank you. Any thoughts? Any question? Any sharing? Yes.
What was that weighing scale which you skipped?
There are a lot of slides I just skipped. But I promise you one thing. On Saturday, Sunday when you come for the program, we are not going to skip any slides. अभी time होता तो definitely I would have.
You should have.
But हाँ, one.
Meaning making कर लेना.
We can do a captioning on that. Okay, let's do that quickly. What was, you saw a slide which was of a weighing scale. What was that for? In connection with what we did, the exercise about observation and interpretation. It was in connection to that. What could have been? What it could have been? Yeah.
Whatever goals you make in life, whether micro or macro, monitor it.
Okay, interesting.
Regularly.
Nice.
To achieve to your goals.
Awesome.
Because usually the main thing is many 0.01% people write down their goals. You need to work on it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But everybody wants to have the junk food. You know, nobody wants to wake up early in the morning.
Nice.
But you need to, okay, वजन बढ़ गया है, so nobody.
So constant monitoring. Okay, that one could have been one meaning. Any other? I intended it with another meaning connected to observation and interpretation. Feedback from the weighing scale. Okay. Anything else?
अगर आपको पार्टी में कितना वजन बढ़ गया?
कितना वजन? Observe करो, then take action. Okay, I'll tell you.
The weight of our actions or something?
Okay, the intention of that was a metaphor. Okay, when you step on a weighing scale to check your weight, what is the first thing you want to check even before stepping on it?
Zero.
Starting from zero. And when we talk about all the changes that you mentioned about, wanting to change your patterns or become, be flexible, first start is calibrate. That scale was about calibrating to zero about your current mindset. Where are you right now? What meaning making are you doing? What are you going through right now? What are you seeing? Like you saw in that picture, pointing finger. Okay, observation, karo pehle, then move to interpretation. So the weighing scale was meant to be an example of calibration. Thank you.
और कोई क्वेश्चंस किसी को है? Anybody? I think सबका pretty elaborate session. I think time कम पड़ गया.
Yeah, there's lots more that we could have.
हमारा YouTube में इसका एक छोटा सा एक वर्जन हमने एक पॉडकास्ट के रूप में हमने रिकॉर्ड किया है डॉक्टर मैनोश एंड YouTube चैनल में आप PSABS सर्च करके जाएंगे सी कॉर्नर तो आपको भी मिल जाएगा वहाँ पर और ये वाला सेशन का रिकॉर्डिंग भी हम लोग वहाँ पर अपलोड करेंगे. So for whoever has not come here or wants to revisit this, whatever we have carried out today, you could refresh yourself by seeing that video. पूरे दिन में upload हो जाएगा. So thank you, Dr. Mayanosh. It's been always a pleasure that whenever we ask for him to come and speak and deliver his domain knowledge in whatever areas, he's been so nice that he's come here and helped us or supported us in our endeavor. Like speed working workshop, I think speed reading हमने किया था ये पूरा whole thing was actually filled up with students and adults and it was one of the most successful programs I think what we had in our entire tenure of 199. So thank you everyone. I think I would like to call our treasurer Kaushik and Manisha to kindly come forward and hand over a memento to Dr. Nayanush.
Thank you.
Picture with all the walls.
Yeah, so can we have a group picture?
Is that one?
Huh.
Come, all committee members can come.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think सभी लोग आ सकते हैं, ग्रुप फोटो ले लेंगे.